করে
within 7 working days. Railway suffers a loss of 21,000 crore taka due to corruption and irregularities during 15 years of fascist Awami League government. Nearly 10 lakh people displaced by Israeli strikes in Lebanon. 3 Palestine leaders killed in new attacks in Beirut. And Bangladesh trailed by 26 runs against India at stumps on day 4 in Kanpur test. Assalamu alaikum. This is Simran Rashid welcoming you to news at 10. You've just heard the highlights, now on to the details. Participation of Chief Advisor Professor Muhammad Yunus in the UN General Assembly this year was historic and successful. In the history of 30 to 40 years, no head of government of Bangladesh held more than 50 meetings with heads of state and government and representatives of organizations, which Professor Dr. Muhammad Yunus have done on the sidelines of the UN General Assembly this year. Of these, 20 meetings have been held with the world's top leaders, including US President Joe Biden. Chief Advisor's Press Secretary Shafqul Islam said these while addressing a press conference on contemporary issues at the Foreign Service Academy in the capital this evening. Replying to a query, the Press Secretary said, the reform commissions will start functioning in full swing after holding quick discussions with the political parties.
গত 20-30-40টা বছরের বাংলাদেশের লিডারদের ইভেন যে সফর দেখেন তাহলে দেখবেন যে খুবই কম 2-3 জন হয়তোবা রিজিওনাল লিডারদের সাথে দেখা করেছেন তারা, বা 2-3 জন ইউএনের যারা সিনিয়র অফিসিয়াল তাদের সাথে দেখা করেছেন ম্যাক্সিমাম। তো এবার যেটা হয়েছে যে প্রফেসর ইউনুস 24, 25, 26, 27 এই 4 দিনে ওনার একটা আমি বলবো যে অসম্ভব একটা প্যাকড একটা শিডিউল ছিল। অ্যারাউন্ড 50 মিটিং ছিল এবং 50 মিটিংয়ের মধ্যে অ্যারাউন্ড 12টা হচ্ছে ওয়ার্ল্ডের টপ লিডারদের, যেমন ধরেন জো বাইডেন বা ইতালির প্রাইম মিনিস্টার বা ইউরোপিয়ান ইউনিয়নের প্রেসিডেন্ট বা ডাচ প্রাইম মিনিস্টার, চায়নার ফরেন মিনিস্টার, ইউএস এর ফরেন সেক্রেটারি অফ স্টেট, IMF এর চিফ, ওয়ার্ল্ড ব্যাংকের চিফ, ILOর চিফ, ইউএন সেক্রেটারি জেনারেল। যেটা হয়েছে যে উনি প্রতি স্টেপে উনি বের হচ্ছেন, দেখা যাচ্ছে যে একজন ওয়ার্ল্ড লিডার এসে ওনাকে হাগ করতেছেন, ওনাকে জড়িয়ে ধরছেন। হি ওয়াজ গিভেন এ রক স্টার রিসেপশন দেয়ার। সবাই তার সাথে দেখা করতে চেয়েছেন এবং যেইগুলো মূল যে এসেন্স ছিল সেটা এটা হিস্টোরিক হওয়ার জন্য সবচেয়ে সবাই বলেছেন এই গভর্নমেন্টকে তারা সাপোর্ট করেন এবং এর সাথে তারা এই ইন্টারিম গভর্নমেন্টের সাথে তারা কাজ করতে ইচ্ছুক, খুবই এনথুসিয়াস্টিক। এটা আমি বলবো যে মানে বাংলাদেশের জন্য খুবই একটা পজিটিভ একটা মাইলস্টোন। ওয়ার্ল্ড লিডাররা একটা জিনিস বলেছেন যে তারা বাংলাদেশের যে রিফর্মটা হচ্ছে, যে রাষ্ট্র মেরামতের যে একটা বিশাল কাজ যে নেওয়া হয়েছে তাকে তারা ফুল সমর্থন জানিয়েছেন। আর 6টা কমিশনের যেটা বললেন, হ্যাঁ কালকের থেকে এটা শুরু করার কথা, কিন্তু যেটা হয়েছে যে একটা ডিসিশন এসছে যে তার আগে বাংলাদেশের যে পলিটিক্যাল পার্টিগুলোর সাথে আমাদের উপদেষ্টা পরিষদ আর এক দফা আলোচনা করতে চাচ্ছেন। আলোচনা করে ওনারা এই এটা চূড়ান্ত করবেন। 6 জন কমিশনারে যখন নাম হয়ে গেছে, আমি বলতে পারি যে কমিশনের কাজ কিছুটা হলেও শুরু হয়েছে, কিন্তু যেটা হচ্ছে যে পুরো পলিটিক্যাল পার্টিরা তো এখানে একটা স্টেক হোল্ডার, তার সাথে একটু আলাপ হবে, হয়ে তাদের মতামতটা একটু চাওয়া হবে অনেক কিছুতে।
The government has decided to withdraw the lawsuits filed over speech offence under the Cyber Act. In addition, if anyone remains arrested in these cases, will be released instantly through legal procedures. Law, Justice and Parliamentary Affairs Ministry said this in a press release today. As many as 5,818 lawsuits are underway in 8 cyber tribunals across the country filed till August 2024 under the Information and Communication Technology Act 2006, Digital Security Act 2018 and Cyber Security Act 2023. At the moment, a total of 1,340 cases of speech offence are underway in 8 tribunals. Of the cases, 879 are under trial, and these will be withdrawn through coordination of Law Ministry and Home Ministry. The rest of the 461 lawsuits are being investigated. The use of polythene, which is harmful for the environment, is being banned in the country in phases. The ban of polythene bags at shopping malls will be effective from tomorrow and at kitchen markets from 1st of November. A drive will also be conducted against polythene producers from 1st of November. The use of polythene is harmful for the soil and air. Environmentalists always recommend to avoid the use of polythene. They said the harmful polythene will no longer be necessary if people can remove this object from their mind. They claimed that the warnings are being sent out to people who disobey the laws designed to safeguard the environment. To preserve the environment, environmentalists recommend using paper bags, jute bags, reusable bags, and items made of bamboo and cane. Eco-friendly bags are currently on the market as a result of the interim government's appropriate action. Environment, Forest and Climate Change Advisor Soyeda Rizwana Hassan said, "It is high time to address the escalating waste crisis of polythene and single-use plastics (SUP) to ensure sustainable environment and to protect the biodiversity." The advisor made the comment while addressing a discussion over the plantation, boycotting polythene and SUP, and a program on painting competition on nature at Dhaka University today. Soyeda Rizwana Hassan said that the earth should be made safe for all by boycotting single-use plastics. The banned polythene should be excluded immediately, she added. The advisor said local trees suitable for the country's environment should be planted instead of planting the foreign species of trees. Presided over by Vice-Chancellor of Dhaka University, Professor Niaz Ahmed Khan, the program was also attended by Pro-Vice-Chancellor for Administration, Professor Dr. Saima Haq Bidisha, Pro-Vice-Chancellor for Education, Professor Dr. Mamun Ahmed, and Chief Conservator of Forests, Muhammad Amir Hussain Chaudhry. Earlier, advisor Soyeda Rizwana Hassan planted a sapling at Dhaka University campus. Information and Broadcasting Advisor Dr. Nahid Islam said, "Everyone can ask questions about every step of the government and bring it under accountability." The advisor said this while addressing a prize-giving ceremony, discussion and cultural function organized to mark the Eid Miladun Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam at Sheikh Borhanuddin Postgraduate College in the capital today. Principal of the college, Professor Muhammad Nurul Haq, presided over the function, which was also addressed by Chairman of the Board of Directors of the college, Professor Dr. Muhammad Al-Mujaidi Al-Fashani. The information advisor said that the name of Sheikh Borhanuddin College will be written in golden letters in the history of the anti-discrimination movement. The government has formed a committee to recommend a reasonable age limit for entering government service. Retired Senior Secretary and former caretaker government advisor Abdul Moeed Chaudhry has been made convener of the committee, and Senior Secretary of the Ministry of Public Administration has been made member secretary. Senior Secretary of the Ministry of Public Administration, Dr. Muhammad Mukhlis ur-Rahman, said this at a press briefing at the Secretariat today. He said that the committee has been asked to submit its report within 7 working days. The Senior Secretary also said that the investigation committee formed to investigate the incident has recommended punishment of 17 Deputy Secretaries in connection with the ruckus at the Secretariat over the post of Deputy Commissioner and DC. He also said that the news of the posting of DC in return of a cash cheque of 3 crore taka published in Kalbela newspaper is baseless and motivated. Bangladesh Railway was a hub of corruption and irregularities during the 15 years of the autocratic Awami government. 88,000 crore taka had been invested in railways during the last decade in the name of development. The Railway Authority was recorded a loss of 21,000 crore taka over the period of approximately 1,500 crore taka annually. In an exclusive interview with Bangladesh Television, Railways Secretary Abdul Waqis said, railways had to count losses due to unplanned project taken and year-on-year increase in project cost. He said, unplanned projects were taken without feasibility study and the project cost had been increased year by year. As a result, huge amount of investment in railways did not work. However, some of the individuals working on this project backed huge amounts of money. Besides, failing to operate the number of trains slated in the project after completion, ticketless travel, running of most trains with fewer coaches, and the illegal interference of the syndicate have increased the loss of the railways, Abdul Baqi added. The Anti-Corruption Commission is investigating the allegations of corruption and irregularities in railways. Legal action against the corrupt individuals will be taken if the allegations are proved, he added. According to the Railways Secretary, 29 big railway projects are currently underway. He said that these projects' utility, viability and funding are all being examined. 5 more dengue patients died during the last 24 hours till this morning, while 1,152 patients were hospitalized. 2 deaths were recorded in Dhaka, 1 each from Dhaka South City Corporation and Dhaka North City Corporation. The other 3 deaths were reported from Khulna, Borishal and Chattogram divisions. The Director General of Health Services DGHS informed that with the news of deaths and cases, the total number of deaths rose to 1,063, while total number of cases rose to 30,938. Currently, 3,462 dengue patients are undergoing treatment in hospitals. Now, international news. Continuing airstrikes have already forced as many as 1 million people from their homes across Lebanon. The country's Prime Minister Najib Mikati said it is the largest displacement movement that may have happened. Lebanon's health ministry reported more than 50 people killed in Sunday's strikes, 2 days after Israel assassinated Hezbollah leader Hassan Nasrallah in Beirut. Meanwhile, Hezbollah fired more rockets into northern Israel. Hezbollah confirmed on Sunday that top military commander Ali Karaki and a senior cleric, Sheikh Nabil Kouak, had been killed in the Israeli airstrikes. Another Israeli strike in the central Beirut neighborhood of Qala early on Monday killed 3 members of the Popular Front for the Liberation of Palestine, the group said in a statement. Meanwhile, in its first address since killing of leader Hassan Nasrallah, Hezbollah Deputy Chief Naim Qassem says, "Group is ready for any Israeli ground invasion, will select new head based on existing mechanism." Russian President Vladimir Putin has reported his reason for deploying the army into Ukraine as protecting Russian speakers from a neo-Nazi dictatorship. Putin made the comment as his forces launched drone and missile attacks in various parts of the neighboring country. In a video message on Monday released to mark the 2nd anniversary of what Russia calls Reunification Day, when it annexed 4 Ukrainian regions, Putin pledged that all the goals Moscow has set for itself in the war, now in its 3rd year, would be achieved. Germany will deny citizenship to those who share, like, or comment on the slogan "From the river to the sea" on social media, which is associated with support for Palestine, local media reported on Sunday. North German radio and television NDR stated that individuals who use, like, or share comment on the slogan "From the river to the sea" on social media will not be eligible for German citizenship. The German Interior Ministry's new regulations specify that using this slogan will disqualify individuals from becoming German citizens. The slogan's roots date back to the 1960s, demanding the complete liberation of Palestine from the Jordan River to the Mediterranean. The decision follows the enactment of Germany's dual citizenship law on June 27th. Britain will become the first G7 country to end coal-fired power production today, with the closure of its last plant, Uniper's Ratcliffe-on-Soar in England's Midlands. It will end over 140 years of coal power in Britain. In 2015, Britain announced plans to close coal plants within the next decade as part of wider measures to reach its climate targets. At the time, almost 30% of the country's electricity came from coal, but this had fallen to just over 1% last year. The drop in coal power has helped cut Britain's greenhouse gas emissions, which has more than halved since 1990. Britain, which has a target to reach net zero emissions by 2050, also plans to decarbonize the electricity sector by 2030, a move which will require a rapid ramp-up in renewable power such as wind and solar. Emissions from energy make up around 3/4 of total greenhouse gas emissions, and scientists have said that the use of fossil fuels must be cured to meet goals set under the Paris Climate Agreement. Inflow of money by the expatriate Bangladeshis is playing vital role in boosting the forex reserves. Statistics say remittance inflow in the country is on the rise recently. According to Bangladesh Bank, the country received 221 crore, 31 lakh and 10,000 US dollars in 28 days of the current month, which is equal to over Taka 25,357 crore. In January 2024, Bangladesh received $211 crore through banking channels, while $216 crore came in February and $222 crore in August. But the country received over $211 crore in 4 weeks in September. The inflow of remittance got momentum after the interim government assumed power. Now, weather. Met Office in its weather forecast till 6 p.m. tomorrow said light to moderate rain on thunder showers accompanied by temporary gusty wind is likely to occur at most places over Moimonching, Sylhet, Dhaka, Borishal and Chotgram divisions and at many places over Rangpur, Rajshahi and Khulna divisions. Besides, moderately heavy to heavy falls likely to occur at places over the country. Night temperature may remain nearly unchanged and day temperature may fall slightly over the country, said the Met Office. Now news on sports. Trailed by 26 runs against India at the stumps of a day 4 in the Kanpur Test. At the end of the day, Bangladesh scored 26 runs for 2 wickets in their second innings. Shadman Islam and Mominul Haq were on this crease with 7 and 0 runs respectively. Earlier, Bangladesh started fourth day's batting with 107 runs for 3 wickets on the first day. The second and third day's play was abandoned due to the rain. The Tigers scored 233 runs in their first innings. Mominul Haq scored the 13th century of his career and was unbeaten on 107 runs. In reply, India declared their first innings at 285 for 9 with a lead of 52 runs. Mehdi Hasan Miraj and Shakib Al Hasan took 4 wickets each for Bangladesh. Hassan Mahmood took 1 wicket. Bangladesh lost to India by 2-0 goals in the final of the SAF Under-17 football tournament in Bhutan today. As a result, the junior footballers of Bangladesh had to be satisfied as runners-up. The first half of the final match ended goalless, held at Chaulaktanga Stadium at Thimphu. However, Mohammad Kaif scored a header from a corner kick for India in the 58th minute. India confirmed the title with Mohammad Abrash's goal in the added time. To end the bulletin, headlines once again. Chief Advisor Professor Muhammad Yunus's participation in 79th United Nations General Assembly is both historic and successful, says Chief Advisor's Press Secretary. Government decides to withdraw 5,818 lawsuits filed over speech offence under the Cyber Act, arrestees to be released. Use of polythene in super shops in the capital to be banned from tomorrow and in kitchen markets from November 1st. Committee formed to review current age limit for entry in the government service. Report to be submitted within 7 working days. Railway suffers a loss of 21,000 crore taka due to corruption and irregularities during 15 years of fascist army government. Nearly 10 lakh people displaced by Israeli strikes in Lebanon. 3 Palestine leaders killed in new attacks in Beirut. And Bangladesh trailed by 26 runs against India at stumps on day 4 in Kanpur Test. And that's all from the newsroom.